everybody. Dawn Kendrick here with some good news. And the good news is that you're only going to hear good news here. I am a repurposed news reporter, and I am finally doing the stories that have been burning in my heart for so long. They're stories that uplift, encourage, and inspire, and they are real, and they're raw, and they're vulnerable. They're the good stuff stories, and we see it over and over again that through it all, through the middle of our biggest challenges, together we can, together we will. Let's go see the good and be the good. On your market set, let's go. Good morning, Good Stuff family. We're coming to you on Good Friday, which is bittersweet. And we do all of these Friday morning chats live. But I want to remind you that on Mondays, especially starting on the 17th, we launch season 2, and it's going to be God at Work in honor of my mama. And those are the stories that we bring to you that are stories of people uplifting, encouraging, and inspiring. And then on Friday, we come and chat it out. So if you're on YouTube right now, we also would ask if you would click subscribe. We'd be so grateful. We're trying to grow the Good Stuff Family Tree 2023, and that's how we do it. If you share, if you find that these conversations on Friday are inspiring to you, share. If you find that those profiles that we do are inspiring, share. And that's how we're going to, like I said, to grow this family. So thanks for being here. Thanks for the faithful hanging in there. I see there are more people watching than have weighed in. So if you could give us a little shout out in the comments, I'd be so grateful. So I woke up this morning and I was thinking of a story. You know how that often happens right before it just popped into my head, a story I hadn't thought of in a while. And when we're asking the question, what makes Good Friday good? This day on which Christ died for us in order to be raised from the tomb on Easter, that ultimate gift that he gave. But today, Good Friday seems like an oxymoron almost. Good. It was so terribly violent, this gift that he offered. And so I woke up this morning with this story in my head, you guys. When I worked in St. Louis, I was a reporter at the ABC affiliate. Someone I love very much gave me a gift that was handcrafted. It was exclusively made by an artisan, this beautiful, handcrafted, probably very expensive gift. Gorgeous. It was gorgeous. A necklace and a bracelet, one of a kind, created by an artist to never be duplicated again. And I gave it back, y'all. I gave it back. Who does that? Because I said, no, my gosh, this is too much. I don't need this. Seriously. I get all these deals on the jewelry that I wear. I don't need this. What was wrong with me? Who does that? That's the question. And I hadn't thought of that story in forever. And I woke up with it today. And it's the same thing, the gift that we are given today in this Good Friday, this solemn day, is only as good as the receiving of it. If someone gives you a gift perfectly wrapped and you never open it, what good is that? So that was a message from Pastor Mark Merlahan a couple weeks ago. You got to open the gift that is given on this day, today. Only as good as the person who accepts it. So what is it then, I say, that makes Good Friday good? Weigh in if you think. What is it that makes Good Friday good? John 19:30, he said, "It is finished." And he bowed his head and he gave up his spirit. The ultimate gift. So on this YouVerse Bible app, it's fantastic, you all. If you haven't gotten it yet, it's free. And it's so good. Listen to this quote today. God with us became God for us by giving up his life to rescue us so that we could know him personally. God with us here among us as a human became God for us by giving up that earthly life to rescue us so that we could know him personally. Wow. But we can only know him personally if we accept that gift. That's it. accepting the gift. That's what the good part of Good Friday is. Isaiah 53:5 says, He was pierced for our transgression. So violent. I couldn't have stood there. Could you? Could you have stood there and watched? He was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace. Think of those words. The punishment he took on to bring us peace, and by his wounds we are healed. That's the good part of Good Friday. The ultimate good stuff, you guys. The punishment that brought us peace was on him. By his wounds we are healed. Accept Jesus' death in our place. That ultimate grace that is extended to us. And how do we then extend it to other people in our lives? That's what he calls us to do, to extend grace. If he can extend that amazing grace, let's see. I'm going to go into this. I thought, what's the word ultimate even mean? I pulled up the definition this morning. The definition of ultimate, when I'm going to say that this is the ultimate gift that he has given, this is what it says. Okay. It says, as an adjective, being or happening at the end of a process, final. That's about as final as it gets for the earthly Jesus they knew. But it was just the beginning for us. And then it says, being the best or most extreme example of its kind, y'all. Oh, he is. And basic or fundamental. He is. What he offers is so basic and fundamental. Doing the maximum possible strength or resistance beyond which an object breaks. Wow. Ultimate. There you go. So today we celebrate on the Good Stuff page. We celebrate the good that is Good Friday. Those same arms that he willingly stretched open on the cross are those same arms we walk into today. That is the gift that keeps on giving every day. And it's humbly for us to repeat until we get it into our heads that it is not of me, Lord, but through me, your will be done. Through me, your will be done. I look at the names of these people listening now. I know that they get that. They're asking, like, they have so much that they're up against that they don't let get them down, but it's because they have the strength of God. They'll tell you that's their testimony. So Jesus gets us too. Think about this day, that agony in the garden. Agony, what a word. Agony in the garden. When he said, oh, please, dear God, I'm begging you, take this cup from me. So much anxiety he had. But what, you guys? But not my will, but yours be done. There it is. He set the example. It's not of this life, not my will, God, not my career, I think is for me, not my salary, not my idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be this. No, not my will, but your will be done. Those are heavy words, huh? Those are heavy, but he gets it. He gets it. So all we have to do is repeat that today on Good Friday. That's the good news of Good Friday, is that as solemn as it is, the resurrection is coming. And as Christians, to borrow a phrase from Bob Goff, I call him my friend and mentor who doesn't know it yet, we don't have to camp out here on Friday. We don't camp out here in the sorrow of Good Friday. That we revel in what makes Good Friday good, and then we look forward to the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, and we carry that glory, that joy, that ultimate grace, that gift, because it's a promise, it's a covenant. And we carry it every day, not Friday and Easter, and then come Monday, we're finished celebrating. It's a covenant. It's going to extend past all the Easter baskets on Sunday. That's the good part of Good Friday. And we saw, I don't know if y'all had a chance to weigh in, if you would, on the comments, if y'all had a chance to see the movie His Only Son, recently out, by David Helling. My friend Ruth told us about it, and we went. It's the story of Abraham commanded by God to sacrifice his son. Sound familiar? And he finds his faith tested. Sound familiar, y'all? During the 3-day journey to the mountain of Moriah. And as I pulled over that official description, by the way, I highly recommend the movie. It was fantastic. But when he said the 3-day journey to the mountain of Moriah, the journey, that's what we talk about all the time here, right, you guys? The journey, joy through the journey, and how we do it together. Together we can, together we will. The journey. And in the movie, even Isaac says, wait, why are we journeying so far? Why do we have to go so far to Moriah? Why so far? And Abraham said, because God asked it. Ooh, wow. And then we don't believe anything is an accident here. We just don't. And also, when I woke up this morning, putting the stuff together, I saw on Facebook a post from Catherine and Jay Wolf. If you're familiar, it's Hope Heals. I highly recommend you follow if you can. Hope Heals, Catherine and Jay Wolf. The short version of their story is that she nearly died. It was a stroke, I do believe, and she has like only half of her mobility that she used to have, essentially. And the way this family stuck it out, not only stuck it out, but embraced it in this Hope Heals. Let me see if I can pull up their picture. And again, these are people like Bob Goff that I feel like never met them, but we know their heart and soul because of the way that they show up on social media and the way they can use social media for good and the way that they profess hope. Hope Heals. There it is. It's 2 words. That's what they have. So on their post this morning, this is what they said. Catherine said, every Good Friday, this beautiful, bittersweet notion overwhelms me. No matter what worst days lie behind or ahead, this is the hopeful light at the end of our darkest tunnels. Keep going, beloveds. Goodness will find you. How awesome. God was so not done with her. She can do this ministry even after her really God moment. This is how she and her husband lead by example. And she shared this diagram that this is what she shared in that post. Check this out. Again, if you're listening in podcast form only, you can always go to thegoodstufffamily.com and you can see the visuals that we're showing here. There are links to our YouTube page there. So it says, this is written by Jay. If the day Jesus died was eventually called good, then maybe one day our worst days will be called good too. Good. Good. It's half of our brand. It's half of the title of our brand. Good stuff. The ultimate good stuff, God stuff gift that we're given today. This is what I'm hoping that when we wrap up here in a few minutes, that we can remember today that we have to accept it. That's all we have to do. That's it. And then once you accept it, like your heart feels almost just not compelled. That sounds like duty. We want to do for others because of that gift, the transferable gift that keeps on giving. And that is what makes us living body. Like at Grace Church, they spoke again about there has to be each one of us created divine design, not mine. And let me just touch on this too, if I could. Mindy's mama, Mama Debbie, who's like an adopted mama to me, she happened, again, I think there are no accidents. She handed me this morning, and it's part of a podcast I'll be doing later, a broader one, but let me just share it because I feel like maybe I'm supposed to share it. Maybe somebody needs to hear this. She found an article in a magazine, and it says, and I submit this to you today on Good Friday, when you think you're not worthy. Oh, we are so worthy. He said, you are so worthy with those outstretched arms. You are so worthy. This clip from this magazine says, by investing others with the power to dictate who you are, you rob yourself of an opportunity to truly grow. Allowing others the power to dictate who you are. I submit to you today and to myself, God dictates who we are, no one else. And when we allow others to dictate who we are, you shortchange yourself by devaluing the experiences and the knowledge that you've banked that comes with age, the knowledge and the experiences you've banked, all those things that have been making you, you. And in the end, who cares about being anything else? And all I kept thinking of is how do you think God saw you from that view hanging on the cross today? How does he see you? He doesn't see bedhead or wrinkles. He sees you as this perfect gift that you could be to others, but you just have to open the perfect gift from him, which is his salvation. So, thank you again for coming and joining us. Sorry about the audio at the beginning. I hope that this bittersweet day is powerful for you all. And that you accept the gift that is right there for the taking. And if I could, I mentioned the YouVerse app. We can go out on this prayer that they had for today. It's so good. You can tailor it to yourself too. That app. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's go down here. I'm going to scroll it at the bottom of the page. I'll get rid of this one first, though. Hang on one second. So I'll scroll this prayer at the bottom of the page, but hopefully, if you're listening, it will help inspire you as well. And don't forget, you can go to the goodstufffamily.com for all the links. All right, here's the prayer for today that we can wrap this up. I grieve that the torture and sorrow you endured on the cross were necessary to save humanity. You didn't want us enslaved to fear, anxiety, or sin. So you sacrificed yourself so that love could win. Yes, Lord, yes. It's love that hung upon that cross and gave up everything to rescue us. It is finished. 3 words, a cry, a victory cry, because you defeated everything that held us in captivity. Because of your sacrifice, I can experience intimacy with you forever. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Show me how to share your love today and every day. Use me to reach the world you died to redeem. Amen. Again, that's from the YouVerse app. I hope you guys have a powerful Good Friday, a holy weekend, and a fantastic new outlook on just exactly what we can do with the gift if we just grab it and unwrap it. It's for us. It's for us. God bless you all. This has been a Grassroots Good Stuff family production. Big love and gratitude to our friend Carlos Jones, who is the talented voice and creator behind this music that sets the tone for these good stuff stories. Huge gratitude and love as well for our social media director. She is Danielle Folk and is consistently going above and beyond. Follow her at Farmhouse Storyteller. And to the producer, My Travi, the glue that holds together the moving parts of this God-inspired endeavor. TheGoodStuffFamily.com is where you'll find links for all the things we're doing, including how to be a sponsor of a story. So grateful for our faithful sponsors who have already made so much of what we do possible. And of course, big love and gratitude for you, the listeners, helping to grow this Good Stuff family tree 2023. Welcome to the family.